adult children are returning home to live, and parents need a plan for helping them without jeopardizing their own financial futures.
So today, our money expert is sharing advice for helping boomerang children. Dustin Smith from Wealth Enhancement Group joins us now. Dustin, great to hear from you. See you as well. I'm thinking back to 2008, for example, when we had the Great Recession that happened and we saw more kids moving back home with their parents. We're starting to see this trend again. Why do you think we're seeing this trend right now?
Yeah, to put it bluntly, AJ, things are just expensive, right? In particular, when we talk about housing. So there's a lot of young adults right now who are trying to get a start in life and realizing, they can't really afford to live on their own, and they need to move back home. Or often, a lot of kids are moving back home so they can save up, let's say, a down payment for that new home. But either way, things are just expensive, which is leading kids back to their parents.
And when they go back home, it's probably important for parents to set some boundaries and expectations for what that return should be like.
Yeah, you are 100% right, Shayla. So we always say communication is key when this happens, because really what you want to understand with your child is what is the purpose of them being home, right? Are they moving home because they just need a breather for a month or two? Or are they home because they are truly saving up for a down payment? And how long will that take? So we always encourage our clients to, really sit down with their kids, lay out a plan. Sometimes this can be a written agreement that says, here's how long we expect you to be home. Here's what we expect you to pay while you're here, if anything. Because otherwise, we all know a few months can go by and we kind of just fall back into that rhythm of life again. And all of a sudden, lo and behold, they've been there for a year or two.
Dustin, I'm thinking about this because, of course, as a parent, you want to make sure that your kids are set up financially to be successful. But at the same time, parents also have to do some safeguarding of themselves and making sure that they're not dipping too much into their savings and their resources. That way, they are set up financially for the future as well.
Yeah, so AJ, if you think about it, a lot of parents look at that time frame from when their kids leave the nest, right, to their retirement as a time that they really get to catch up in life, right, financially.
Yeah.
Right? So we hear that often where folks say, well, once my kids are done with college, I'll be able to pay down my debt, save a little bit more for retirement. And so if your children are moving back home during that time, it can be really tough to catch up. So you are 100% right, AJ. Trying to safeguard yourself is very important as well.
And especially if you didn't plan for that return home and the additional strain on your resources, and it could be a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And so these are all reasons, once again, to just always try to help educate your children around money, even when they're young. Everyone, these things happen. No one plans for your kids to move back home. But the more you can help educate your children on how to work with money and live with money and save, that might improve their chances of being able to live independently.
Well, Dustin, like you said before, because this is a trend that we've started to see more and more, and it feels like, because you just alluded to, things are continuing to get more and more expensive. If parents can make plans now and be ready for it, if their kids do move back, they'll be much better on financial footing. So we appreciate your time and we appreciate the advice. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.